that knives, when you have two knives, you sharpen each other, like the way you brush this one and this one. Is if you are the knife and I'm a knife, and I'm sharpening you, what is happening to me? I'm also being sharpened. So there is that joy that when you are two, whoever is doing anything to me, like I'm learning from you, as you also learn from me. And that's the beauty of working with the other bishops. Yes.
Quite impressive. So Bishop, Kitui County is one of the art areas in the Republic.
Yes.
And we know the church is one of the strongest institutions in the world. Kitui has issues to do with poverty levels, which are very high. Issues to do with the high unemployment rate for young people. So would you kindly tell us what programs the Catholic Church is running to address those societal problems?
Thank you. One thing, those who don't follow Gikamba will be, excuse me, just because the sake of saying it's good to put some of the phrases.
Yes.
Uchawitu mwingi wimuta tiko tikaanza. The poverty we have, most of it is in our head. You are fixed, you say Kitui there is nothing. Kitui we cannot grow. We are poor. And even some people who are poor, as I talked about ourselves when we were growing, our home we are poor. But we cannot say we are poorer than they were. We are better than the way when we were growing up. You are home the same way. I suppose you are not putting on a suit when you are growing up. Maybe you only used to go to school in a school uniform, and Sunday that's the best and all these. So how do we fight poverty? One of them is empowerment, and the first thing is through education. Education equalizes us. The young, the rich, the poor, the rich, whoever, it equalizes us. So as adults, we have tried as much as possible to help children go to school. We have had sponsorship, working with our donors and ourselves to get kids to school. And this is now most of the people support us, who supported us today, are young men and women who have received education and now have jobs because the church stood with them. I'm very happy about that, and I have no apologies when I press them to support the church, to support others. And I always tell kids, and I've told them, yours is not to worry about fees. Yours is to worry about performance. If you do well in school, there will always be a way out. And the church will always come and be with you so that you have to. And then doesn't mean you hear me, you say, okay, tomorrow pay for me school fees. Some other people are able to work, they cannot work. As I tell people, family came, a strong man like you told me, my son has been go to school. He's supposed to pay 53,000 for him to go to Form 1 and continue. And now what do you want? I want you to help me with the fees. How much? He told me, okay, you pay, I'll finish the rest. So when you put that in Kikamba, then go to now, what does that mean? It means I'm supposed to pay 50,000 so that he can pay 3,000. But that's not the way it should work. You didn't even be asking me for the 3,000 so that you can look for the 50. You are working so that you work together. But to convince people that they have also the strength, and poverty is very demeaning. It is not a good thing in families. That's why I talk about self-reliance in every family. So one thing, we must make ourselves self-reliant. We must make our family self-reliant. And that's why today I'm investing in the youth, because they are the church of tomorrow. What we do today to them, no matter how much we sponsor them as individuals, as collectively, it will come back. Although some people are helped and they want to be helped forever. And that's something that should be on a record. If you have ever been helped, you must give back to society. That's our charge, no matter how little it is. And that's why I told the young ones, even last year teachers, help me to help the diocese. And they gave me more than 400, just our teachers, primary school and secondary school, a group of less than 400 when we were in Museve, and they contributed that as part of being a guest to help us continue. So empowering people, empower them to realize what power they have in themselves. Empower people like you even to know you can do a lot, and don't say I cannot manage this. Decide what you want and look for a way of getting it. And when I convince people like that, they wake up, then they start doing it. But as a church, we should never be tired of helping the people. We must stand with the poor. We are a church for the poor. We are called like Jesus, and we must make those who are blind to see. So we work towards that, and we've been empowering people. I thank God with some of my partners. We have a board in nearly all the parishes now. We have a ball, sunk, working. Now they are doing something. Even myself, if you look down there, we have a ball. And because you need to see what can I do to make my life better for the people. We must inculcate the moral values. That's one thing I'm trying to, because integrity is also what will save us. If this is our country, Kenya today, we stand on integrity, and you just do what you're supposed to do and use the way it is supposed to do, Kenya will move to the next level. But once we just stay with corruption, once we don't respect each other, once you cannot get a job because you're poor, you don't have a godfather somewhere who is going to help you and get all these, then you are going the wrong direction. Then you start complaining about few politicians when you have more voters. If all the Catholics alone, if all the Catholics of Kitui decide to be people of integrity today, if we all decide to be people of integrity, other people will follow. If all the Christians of Kenya decide to be people of integrity, we'll have no issue. So things will work because it's possible. And once people realize where they give money to be used well, they will also always give us. So I think that you are not what we're going to do, because a poor country, I say poverty is in our head. We can do something. We need to change the situation and what we need to do. I want to work closely with the county government, those who can listen and that we say, what policy can we put in place so that you can make it great? And I am happy. I said it has been very easy. The things I want to do as a bishop of Kitui, God has helped me. We have tried to do that. Being closer to the people. But if you practice integrity, and if you see the suffering of other people, there is enough food for everybody. If we are genuine with each other, if you stop being lazy, you can work for your food. And if you stop now hoarding just for yourself and you give for the other, there is enough, and this is what I'm trying to convince people.
Bishop, talking about integrity.
Yes.
One of the key challenges in this country is something called corruption.
Yes.
Corruption has permeated every sector of our society today. In your view, how can we as a country and as a people eradicate corruption?
First of all, there was your friend Philip Ocheng, if you remember him, the media. I worked with the Nation for many years and nearly all the media houses. He wrote a book, I Accuse the Press. You remember? I accuse the press. And he's a member of the press, and he's accusing the press what maybe what they should do. So me, I think we accuse ourselves. We look at corruption is everywhere. But who is corrupt? Who is feeding it? Who is feeding it? Because any demon that you have, unless you stop feeding it, it will still continue growing because it's being fed. Corruption is the cancer which is killing our country. And it's so deeply ingrained into our DNA that we don't believe anything can happen without corruption. When I was in Mudale working there, it's a good school. Now people be asking me, can you offer me a favor to get my child into the school? One of the things was always, I never, and I put many kids there genuinely, I never would take a coin to have somebody get a chance in Mudale. I was in here in the cathedral, St. Charles Luanga still under me. I would never take a coin to get a kid get to St. Charles.
Did people offer you any prize?
No, they wouldn't offer me. No, they would. If I asked, they would give me, because they are desperate to get their child there. But you see, I cannot get a child who is not deserving. If you have to go there, it's because you've been taken to this school and there's a chance. And what is how many marks are needed? If we need, like it was, 400? If out of 400, no, I think 500. Out of 500, if we say it is 380, anybody below 380, we are not taking you. But you come with, we are come with 400. You have been taken to Marseille, don't want to go. Bishop, because they believe you cannot go without a godfather. Can you, I tell him, even take your papers? Because once we are taking the second intake, and you are qualified to be taken. Nobody is ever taken because unless they give to the teachers or not, and you have to verify. You must qualify to get in there. If we say today in terms of education, whoever is going to be employed in the military as a teacher, whatever, is the right qualification, the right time, with a good marking scheme, you get in there. You can do investigation in our department, in the education, in the Cathedral of Kitui. I have told anybody who comes to work, because you're already employed, if you pay a coin to the HR or to any department head, come and tell me I give you that job yourself. because we are zero corruption, zero tolerance to corruption. Nobody should work in the house of Kitui because of giving something. Why can't they come on merit and then work because they are qualified? Why can't a poor person come and then realize this one is a poor person? By employing this one, you're even better than the other one, so that now we can be seen to be fair, and we are fair in this. I tell Kenyans, as I said, we accuse ourselves, corruption is so deep. You talk about on the road, the police have to be bribed, I don't know, for a vehicle to pass. Now you have a vehicle, they don't look at private cars, but you buy a matatu today. It's as if there must be this much to be given, and if you are not, you don't give, then you will have to be given all the charges. Because you don't want the charges, then you want this to happen. I have been stopped by police in my capacity, and rightly so, maybe I'm speeding. And then you are there, just say, Paul, if I have to be charged, let me be charged, but I'm not. And then, because I'm polite to them, I'm always released. It's not corruption, but now they realize if it's they know you must cough something. So if you must, and they know you must cough, then you will have to cough. But they know because they now not give anything, then they let me pass. And I always bless them, but I'm not rude to them so that we can have this policy and then grow together. I want to assist to try to be corrupt free. I want others to be corrupt free. I want us to learn that we can make this place better and we can work things and not to feed the demon so that things work. But as things stand, Kenya, we must kill corruption. And maybe I can even point out this. It requires the head. The way now I'm in charge of Kitui Diocese, there is nobody in Kitui, there is no priest who should torment others when I'm in charge, unless I'm part of it. And when it's known to me, he should know that something going to happen, and that if they know my stand, then that's what they need to follow. Unless that's because I don't know, so that we can say zero tolerance to this and good policies so that we move. If somebody says, whoever is in charge, at whatever level, even at your own home, this one, never, when I am here. So long as I'm alive, this is not going to happen unless I agree on what we need to do. So corruption is very desperate. We are feeding it. There are people who always push you to where you cannot even move. You cannot even push it. You cannot say. I can't even open that people can also come and shout. I don't know, media, you are massive. But there's been also one of the elements where the media also has exposed to many things. What was that line yesterday in the Daily Nation? 11 billion sha. Looted, whatever it is. Now, it was there in the evening with Jeff Koinange, with the CS. CS being grilled on what it is happening. We must go deep, as you're saying, beyond the truth, so that now we can really put people to task. Even myself, okay, it's not always the negative, but why should I be protected to do evil things when they glare the cameras, when things are captured? And then also the problem is, you capture this, you show it, and nothing happens.
So Bishop, in this case, do you think the head is weak or unwilling to fight corruption? In this case, the president.
You can be held captive. And this is what I'm saying. I don't want to talk about one person. It's so endemic in all sectors. And there are things that happen that even the doubts which I did not know. Because maybe they are done outside my knowledge. But there must be a policy, and if we say zero tolerance at the end, I know it can happen. I don't know if I became president what I will do and what will happen, but we just need to stamp the foot down and say zero corruption. And we are talking about Singapore, but we must look at what is Singapore do. I have said that from third world to first world. From third world to first world. The story of Singapore. Lee Kuan Yew. This man came in and he said, we must make it work. Even if he's my brother, even if he's my sister, even if he's who, you do it wrong, you get out. And then you will also be sued. If you have to go to court, you have to go to court. If you have to repay, you have to repay. Because that's why they go. Corruption and impunity go together. Corruption and impunity go together. Without mentioning, somebody was in my context, somebody said, you can do anything, Bishop can do nothing to me. You can do anything. But then now it came to me, and I did something. What does that say? You realize there is no exit. You must do what is supposed to be done. You are not okay, you can bully people. It's not what you are not just bullying. But I think it's more about policies, more than bullying. It's about saying you don't this, and if you do it, even if it's me, if I don't do it, what are the consequences? Let it be seen to be like that. put things in place, but also you need that education among the young as we grow. Why can't our young grow knowing that corruption is bad? Why can't I grow knowing that if you leave, this is your watch and divorce here, even the one who works on the ground, man, if he finds this watch, will bring to me, say, Bishop, nimeokota hii watch pale. Then you also look, but if you lose it, and then Kitavi picks it, he hates it. He picks your phone, puts it into silent mode because doesn't, and you're asking, who has it, and it looks like a saint. Well, he has it. You see, now that's, and if he is caught, what should happen? If you are banished, so that you know. I was out there, and one of the things that happened is when you are driving, you know, there are cameras on, these are cameras on. And the one who is driving is going slowly. And I said, if this was in Kenya, laws are meant to be broken. But there they are meant to be kept, and they are kept. And if you are driving and you overspeed, what happens? You lose points. And I know someone who has lost a year of your license, and you have to go back to zero to driving school to get your license back. Does it happen in Kenya? You cannot drink and drive. No drinking and driving. And I have gone with friends, and we are there unless you have a designated driver. You must go like together. If we are taking anything now rather than taking juice, you will not take anything because you are driving. And if you drink, then we better call a taxi and come for your vehicles tomorrow. How many vehicles have you seen in Kenya parked, waiting to be picked tomorrow because of drunk?
None.
So this is what we thought we need to grow with this ourselves, and then inculcate be part of our DNA that whether there is a policeman or not on the road, you yourself, you drive within the speed limit. Then if you go beyond the speed limit, there is enforcement.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bishop, as a member of the Kenya Conference of Colleagues, Kenya
Catholic bishops.
bishops,
Yes.
you from time to time issue statements
Yes.
cautioning the government, also all the players on governance issues.
Yes.
I remember the latest or the last statement you spoke very firmly on corruption.
Yes.
Still on corruption. Have you ever had a chance to, as bishops of the country, to have a sit down with the president? What did you discuss? And another question, as you answer that one. The president was in this town a few months ago, I think it was 3 months ago, and we did some projects here. There was concerns amongst the people of Kitui that, well, the projects were good, but not good enough because those were not the priorities of the county. What is your view on these two issues?
Thank you anyway, although we have covered a lot of ground on many other areas. And this is an area even for the media. You know, people also want sensationalism. And they want to hear now, okay, Kitavi blasted, I don't know, this one happened, and that's something to carry. And then we forget what we need even as a country, as I'm different to us. And even when we issue statements, we are trying not to be cautious, but to see, is the statement we give just about condemnation?
Okay.
Because I believe personally about myself, there must be two ways to do it. Let's start with exhortation. Exhort people to do good. Encourage people. Encourage them to do what is good. I don't have to go, there is what to go, the carrot and stick and all this. The carrot can do, what kind of the carrot can do? You can leave out the stick. So that now we focus on how can we make Kenya good. How can we make our leaders also do what is supposed to be done. When we condemn, okay, everybody would like also to feel pampered in one another, but the truth also must be said. This is what we need to do and how do we get to do it. I feel also as we issue statements, we address Kenyans, not just the president, not just the members, although they are not carrying responsibility. Essentially, must be the government. But then they should not also feel as if they are coming to attack. When your bishops are meeting, like now when I came here for this is an interview, I don't have to come here to just attack other person. How can we move together and see what we are building and build together, so that things are moving? Corruption, you have said, you have identified that, you have condemned it in the strongest terms possible. Have people listened? We say yes. Because people have come and said, you people, bishops, you are the only ones who can speak these things for us, and continue doing it. But we must also never be seen as people only there to condemn. We don't see anything good. What is good being done? Or what good we want to encourage people to do? let's do this, let's pinpoint this. So we also try to work with the people in government at other levels. There's also what we call diplomacy, shadow diplomacy. We have done a lot, going to meet with political leaders in the opposition, the other side, so that we come up with a common plan on how we can make Kenya great. But then you meet this one, maybe if I come to you, then I come to him tomorrow. And we also know, if you are going to the opposition, you come to me tomorrow, you know where you are. Then some people also, the public is also watching, and what are you doing about it? So we speak for the people, and with the people, for the country, so that now we are working together. And if we keep quiet, people will say, where is the church? But the church also be only talking when things are bad. Why can we be almost irrelevant because things are going well? We only left there to preach to the people to be good so that we move forward. So some of things are addressed. We cannot just blame one person, we must look at the system. But for me, individually, I believe right policies, the right people, and let them know. Because if it's true, because I don't like to comment on media only issues, if you remove NHI because it's corrupt, SHA should come and do a clean business.
Or a better job.
A better job, whatever, so that now we know. But if now we know, we remove this, like if now we get rid of the present government, those whom we put, are they do a better job because they are good or they just be like the others? How many times have we been cheated? Why have things not worked? Do we also demand so much from politicians they have to cheat us? Which is funny that every time they come, you must give out money. I was in Lodwar and at the airport when we landed, people are gathering there because they know always if the governor is out of the county, he comes back, you must give them maybe 5 shillings or whatever it could be. Maybe you address them and give them some. It's okay, but it is demeaning. We should have systems in place. I found a better Lodwar than the way it was when I went there in 1996. You find a bit of development, like good roads and everything. So if things were put in place and systems were in place, and anybody who does something wrong, the judiciary must be empowered to act. But the executive must also put things in place. The legislature must also do their job well. So these three, it's not about one person, but if it was so hard for the president even to mess because of the laws, he knows what can happen, and then you have to be governed by that. Then you know you're moving. If the MPs know, they must do that. If you are caught, because they know we are the lawmakers, but they must also know where are the limits. Then we move. Judiciary, then you do what is right. Ourselves, the common mwananchi, doing what is supposed to be done, and they do it. So you see, that's a kind of utopian mentality, but it's doable.
Yes.
And I believe as we talk, and those who are listening to us, those who will also be listening to us, it is about it's about you, and working together to make things work. And hold people accountable, whoever it is. And then also, like if it can be assessing our DNA to do what is right. If we do everybody what is right, I know with this failure will also fail. And if you fail, then the law also follows you. But then you know it's also the lenience. You know if you have done a mistake and you will correct, you know you'll also move. You know if you lose your license, you regain it. If you have to be taken to court, it's not fabricated cases. If you are wrong, you cannot come to me and tell me, pray for me, you know, intervene for me because of this. Why should I intervene for you if you are wrong? And if you do the right thing, let the right thing happen so that we move and we work together.
So, Bishop, we have seen sometimes when the church comes out to call out the political class,
Yes.
and those in government, the political class sometimes they come out to condemn the church and say the clerics should remain in charge. They
Yes.
should not politics. What is your comment about that?
Well, although I didn't want to move into all these and into this area, because I said, I like to be a pastoral bishop, work with the people. They have their own, they are entitled to their opinions. Maybe, okay, they say we are not to politics, and this connected also to what is happening nowadays. We are saying, let's try to keep politicians out of our churches. But not politicians, politics. Because politicians are human, and they are our followers, they are faithful. I need Christians and Muslims to come into the political scene. And then when they come, like when we have a function Saturday at Museve, if you are coming, I cannot start vetting. If I see you as an MC, I tell you don't come in because you're a politician. You are an MP, don't come because you're... No. But when you come there, you know you have come to the church. Kneel like others and pray. Sit there. You may be recognized or not recognized. Because why should I feel as if now, when you come there, we must politic? In funerals, in whatever events that they are there, let's also come and pray like others. When I go, even I'm called to parliament, why can't I go and sit in parliament? They debate, I finish, I go back because I'm not going there to celebrate mass for them. So this idea of a politician saying keep to your lane and they're not doing which is supposed to be done. We have 3 roles as priests. There's what we call prophetic role. They call the administrative is the kingly role because we administer. There's a priestly law. We are sanctifying the church, praying for people and doing all this. But it's also the prophetic. You must be like the prophets whom we have heard. You must speak out when things are wrong. And when you read the Bible, the Old Testament, it is a prophet like Amos and all these others who are pointing out and telling you, no, this is not right. You shouldn't do this. So whether you are a king and you are naked, you must be told. If now we have to do this, you must have people with courage to speak about it. And the church has that role and must be, again, respected and maintained without bias.
Now we have just like 2 more issues to tackle.
Yes.
You are moving to Machakos.
Yes.
And your role at the Kenya Conference of Bishops. I don't know. We can start with the first one.
Okay,
now
yes.
you are moving to Machakos. What does it mean for the Diocese of Kitui? You can elaborate.
Yes.
Of camera at that time.
Okay, now, as you would know, on 4th of January, not 4th, on 4th of January, it was announced from the Vatican that I am going to be the coadjutor bishop of Machakos. And people really have really searched for this term coadjutor, what does it mean? So in terms of, I can just say brief for people to understand, when in 2020, I was appointed a bishop of Kitui. Bishop Anton Mweria had been in Kitui.
Yes.
And all that time when he went to Nyeri, he remained as apostolic administrator of Kitui.
Yes.
Not bishop of Kitui. There was no bishop of Kitui for 3 years. But who was there was a bishop who was apostolic administrator administering Kitui on behalf of the Holy Father as he looks for a person to lead. Now, in Nairobi, just an example, we have had 3 auxiliary bishops. Auxiliary, somebody helping. We have Bishop Kamau is auxiliary bishop, to the Archbishop of Nairobi. We had 2 auxiliaries, other 2 auxiliaries, Bishop Kamomwe and Bishop Wallace. Bishop Wallace was taken to the military. He is the one in charge of the ordinariate as bishop, not as auxiliary. Bishop Kamomwe was auxiliary in Nairobi, was taken to Wote as the auxiliary bishop of Wote. So that's one term which I just want people to know. You are there assisting the other bishop who is there to work with him, under him. You may die as an auxiliary, you may be taken to another house, you may still take over from there, but you are just assisting the bishop who is there. But now, I was appointed a bishop of Kitui and I still remain bishop of Kitui as of now. Until 19th March, when I'll be received in Machakos as coadjutor bishop of Machakos. What is this animal called coadjutor? It is a bishop who is going to help the other bishop who is there, who is waiting to retire. So Bishop Kingo is the bishop of Machakos and will remain the bishop of Machakos until he retires. When? That is upon him and the Holy Father. But he is now there, is due to retire at the end of the year. Maybe by the 31st of December, or whenever the Holy Father accepts and says, now, I've accepted your resignation. We go to resignation. You just resign yourself. You say, now, after 75 years, now somebody else can come in. So I go to Machakos on 19th. I'll be there as a coadjutor bishop, helping Bishop Norman Kingo, working with him, under him, together until now he retires. But I have what we call right of succession. Now it is known unless something else happens, I'm the one going to be the Bishop of Machakos from the time Bishop Martin Kingo retires.
Are the people of Kitui Diocese likely to see another bishop appointed before you officially take over from Machakos?
On 19th, when I go to Machakos, I will remain the coadjutor bishop of Machakos, and Kitui will be vacant. From that day, it will be vacant. Now there are possibilities, I don't know which will happen, because at the same time, we have heard now, yesterday, the Bishop of Eldoret being appointed as coadjutor Archbishop of Mombasa. When he's moving there, most likely, because you're given 2 months, now we have February and March, before end of April, you'll have moved to Mombasa. And you'll work with Bishop Kingo there. They have to look for a Bishop of Eldoret. Currently, they may bring in a bishop to administer in Eldoret, whoever it will be. In Kitui, to be the same. I may, mark that, be appointed as administrator of Kitui, the Archbishop Muheria was. Or they may bring another bishop from another house to come and administer Kitui. Or appoint a priest to administer Kitui when I'm away. So there are those people. Whoever will come in is after 19. Once I go to Machakos, somebody has to be in charge of Kitui as administrator. Or if it's appointed the same day as a bishop. So, and then if I'm appointed as being an administrator, I'll be coadjutor bishop of Machakos and apostolic administrator of Kitui. So I'll be in charge of Kitui as administrator, waiting for a bishop to be appointed. And the nuncio is coming here tomorrow. We'll be talking, the process has begun. So I don't know how long, but we have a very, very meticulous nuncio, very, very thorough. So I know before long there will be a bishop of Kitui. And then whoever will be now administrator will hand over to him. And then by that point, if I go to Machakos and somebody else comes, I'll be full-time in Machakos. If I'm administrator in Kitui, I will be administering in Kitui until they get a bishop, and then I hand over to him the day of his installation. Then I go full-time now in the Machakos. So that's the scenario.
There is talk in this town that you are the fourth or the third bishop of this diocese.
The fourth.
The fourth.
Yes.
That Kitui is, as with your now quote-unquote elevation to Machakos, not really, forgive my lack of better words, Kitui is becoming an incubation for future bishops. We've had Bishop Lele,
yes,
the late promoted and taken to Mombasa as an bishop. We've had Archbishop Muheria now, Nyeri.
Yes.
And now yourself. Please comment on those people who feel that you are destined to be perhaps an archbishop in the near future. We don't know how it works.
For one, I was very happy I was afraid to be appointed bishop. But once I became bishop, for one, I was actually fearing to take over from Archbishop Muheria. Because I figure, well-known, hard work and all things.
Issues are big.
Put a lot of things into place. And he told me we have been working together because I worked with him closely since he came. So to me, there is nothing that he did that I didn't know and others didn't know. Those policies put in place. So I just told him, come on, if you're appointed, take it. And I took it. And people, we worked together very well. And I never expected change because I knew if the change can come anywhere. But I was saying to myself, and I can see it now.
By the way, do you have an option of declining an appointment as a bishop?
I can say maybe yes, but then you look at it and say, if the Holy Father himself has appointed you, there is a lot of work that goes, people are requesting us, like I checked when if people want you to be, then you come and say it's like pride. It's like, do you reject because of pride or because I'm not capable? So it must be like, okay, like now I was asking myself, after 5 years in K2, why move so quickly? Then you have to just because the other one is retiring. That's the answer you are giving, because the other one is retiring. And then we have looked and we think if you have managed K2, you can also manage Machakos. So if it is like that, if I say no, what makes me say no? And many people have also called, why you should have said no? Maybe I should have said no. But why did I not say no when I was appointed a bishop? Because it was tougher than now. Yeah. So if it is not pride, I should just accept any appointment. And I say very openly, I am happy to go to Machakos and not elsewhere. One is so near. My parents were aging. Okay, we go to ends of the earth, they can go anywhere, work anywhere. But I feel God has been in me because the way I prayed to go to a parish, not to go to the seminary, when I came from Europe, and I got it, I feel now if I've been sent nearest here, if I said no, and then I'm sent to Mombasa, if I'm sent to, like now, this man could have gone to Mombasa, and I'm told, Now you can go and take over in Eldoret. Now you can imagine you have to go and learn a new language. You learn the people, very far from home, all this and this. Not that anybody can go back. If I had been asked now to, between Machakos and Eldoret, which one would you have told me to say no? Eldoret. Why?
I mean,
maybe it should even be, because now that's what I'm saying. And you cannot go distance because even the news is not even from Kenya, from Netherlands. So why as man from Eldoret go to Mombasa and I cannot go to Lodi, I cannot go to Marsabit. Okay. So if you don't get that one, you'll be happy not to have gotten. Okay. So I'm so happy that I had come to Machakos and that I agreed to go to Machakos because you don't know what else could have happened. And I am there. It is a change, Kitui. People of Kitui should rejoice if they are the ones who breed bishops to go. Even Nairobi, no, Nairobi stayed for a long time without getting bishop their own. And when they got, they all taken away. Because we had Bishop Wallace was taken to the military. Bishop Kamomoe taken to Wote. Bishop Kimani is from Nairobi, taken to him. So, you know, they are also kind of desperate. They are saying, we thought our sons have been elevated to work with us, they have all gone. But now they have also produced them for the church. So for me to go to Machakos, I'll just say, I know it also shows me about the people of Kitui. Yeah. I don't know, most people are asking, maybe I should have stayed longer. I should have stayed longer. But now that he has come, accept it, you move, and you just do the will of God.
For the benefit of our audience,
yes.
You just mentioned that you call him the minister?
Yes.
The
Pope's representative in Kenya.
The Vatican ambassador to Kenya. Yes. To Kenya. He's a very meticulous person.
Yes.
Tell us, it's like a lot goes into some background checks on the capabilities, not just integrity and leadership, capabilities of these persons among us priests and among us bishops, or assignments that look like an elevation.
Let me say, okay, I don't talk about elevations or whatever it is, but now, and people must get this very right. Mm-hmm. I don't know which diocese is a poor diocese or whatever. Like now, if I went to Garissa, which is majorly Muslim area, dry area, nothing, would I, if I'd been told to go there, would I look at that as demotion?
No.
I'll say, no, I'm looking at it and say, I must say no. Mm-hmm. If I'm told to go to anywhere, I should go, not looking at what it means to me, because Archbishop Moeria was in Embu, and he was told to come to Kitui. A dry area, he had never been near. He had to come, it's a shock to him. But he accepted, but it was not a demotion. But it was also not a promotion. It was not elevation. Okay. He was just brought here. They looked at him, they said, the man who can work at Kitui at this time is Anthony Moeria. And he came and worked, then later he went to Nyeri. So it's not about, if I am ever taken like now myself, if I am ever told, go to Lodwar and I go, don't see it as a demotion. Mm-hmm. If it is, I don't know, but I look at it and I say, these people feel, the Holy Father feels, I should go to Kisumu at this time. I should go to Migori at this time. I should go to Kapsabet at this time. I should go to Lodwar. I should go to Maralal, where I don't is my pastor. I should go to Gong, wherever it is appointed. Let's not start saying this man has been demoted. Mm-hmm. Because maybe that's a promotion to, because even death, you call promotion to glory. I think, we don't operate in terms of punishment, whatever it is. I should be ready to work anywhere at 10 times for the glory of the church.
Because it is service to humanity.
And
yes.
What about?
Yeah.
But I'm happy in that sense that I'm going next door, which is not very far from me. No new language, just the same people, I suspect and I believe to be again smooth sailing. It will be very difficult for me to settle in Machakos. It may be much easier for me than I'll settle quicker than the way Bishop Moeria settled in Kitui, because it will take me very little to get in, and that's where I like. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Bishop, as we come to the end of our conversation,
yes.
Allow me to pick your mind on something tragic that is happening in this country. As we head towards the 2027 general election, we are seeing political tendencies right now.
Yes.
And recently we have seen church being attacked, being attacked with tear gas, and bullets. What is your view about that scenario? Are we as a country sinking too low?
Generally, Before I come to the last one here, it asks me about the national level and what you are doing as KCCB. You know, it's very volatile when you approach elections. And this is what the education, I've talked about this already, about what we need to educate our people. Civic education, very important. That election should come and go. And that on the day of election should be just like today. You should be as settled as you have come. But not that you have to move from here, you have to be there to do this and this, you have to be tense. Unfortunately, they start like this and becomes there's some things happening. We need to educate our people. And we need to take people to account. That's where the judiciary comes in. That's where the police come in. That's where even members of parliament come in to condemn even as a judge. And when we are very rigid, because people will say, why are the judge? Why are you not allowing politicians? Why are we? Only they come to events, they start getting annoyed because they're not allowed to judge. Why come to a funeral of your father or mother and somebody without emotion start attacking the others, start throwing chairs at each other? That's ungodly. So politics, and when it comes to campaigns, you just get drunk. And people don't want to think and then move. That's what you have said and you have put it in place. And you have seen it if you have watched our events. We just recognize politicians and not allow them to speak. They are annoyed, but then we say, you know, it's not about you, it's just the dignity. All the people are seated there. And if you watch when you come to our events, and you can watch when you come to Machakos, it will not, every bishop will be there, will not speak. You better get that right. Every bishop will come to that event, 19th of March in Machakos. Anyone who will go to Mombasa and will be there. I will be in Mombasa, I will not speak. Why should a politician want to speak when an archbishop from Kisumu is not speaking? When the one from Nairobi is not speaking? And you say because I'm a politician. So why must I insist to speak? Because I'm a bishop, yes, but the program is for 1, 2, 3. So this is what we are trying to inculcate in people. It doesn't work always, but a lot of education is needed. You must educate them and realize when you come, you don't have to speak. Then you allow one. Then you come because you want to speak. You say, okay, let you introduce him. I don't know to say this and this. You only to just greet people. You want to speak. It is in them, but we must, as Kenyans, show politicians they are not everything. Yeah. But we need good politicians. So that was your first about the third trend. It may get worse as we move towards election. It will only get worse if control measures are not put there. Church is only to speak, but there must be enforcement. The police must be there. But don't hear people say, which I don't know, there are police who are not in uniform. Hired by people, hired goons. I have spoken about goons. As long as I live in Kitui, I also speak against it. No politician should come with goons, should organize goons to intimidate others. Whoever is going to become the governor of Kitui must win in the clean record. Who is going to become member of parliament of Kitui Central, Mwingi, wherever, should win because you're allowed by people, but not because you are threatening people, you are coming with the goons, you can't go and vote nicely and wisely. It will take long, but we'll get there. It will take long, but we'll get there. And the law should be there that, you know, if you incite people, you can be barred from ever holding any elective office. And then sustain, and nobody will forgive you until now, whatever the law says. You cannot say, I'll go and kneel at the president, then you'll be lifted. Those executive powers need to be curtailed. Legislative powers need to be there, judicial need to be there, and the masses must also be involved in making things work.
You have really talked about enforcement of the law.
Yes.
And that seems to be the missing link. What do you think? Do you think that is the missing link, that there is no enough?
But you see, those who enforce may also be having issues, because if you are there in the judiciary and then you cannot enforce or not taken strictly, is the three arms must work independently but actively, so that we know the executive is doing its job. It is also being watched by the legislative, and then the judiciary is also doing their job well. This is the work of the three arms, the whole government, the system, the constitution, we had and what we do. It may not happen overnight, but we believe with time we put systems in place and people insist on that, it will come. So we must pray the whole circle, like what came first, the egg or the hen, that we get good members of parliament. They put good laws in place. Then you know you must do this. You don't bribe to become a judge. Then when you are a judge and you make your judgment, not under intimidation, don't be looking around to see who is watching what I am saying. even what I say now I should also say freely, not just to attack and to make sure things are working. And if I don't be punished because of what I say, if it is the right thing. And if that's what we need to cultivate in our country.
Finally, Bishop, from my hand,
Yes.
we wish to tell you.
We overshoot. Malizia sasa.
Yeah.
Yes. Final question.
Yes. Yes. So, Bishop,
Yes.
finally, from my side, and for the benefit of the people who are not Catholics like myself and our viewers who are not Catholics, when a bishop retires,
Yes.
for example, yourself, when you retire,
Yes.
where does a retired bishop go, and what do they do to retire?
Thank you. Well, as I start to the last question, so that you know, and for the sake of the people, Kitui, as you said now, we are lucky. It's like we create bishops like bishops of other places. And you see, that also has an advantage in the sense that we don't have retired bishops. Because we had Bishop Dan, but he went to retire in Nakuru because their congregation was staying there, St. Patrick's. We had Bishop Lele. He was here, then he went to Mombasa, he retired in Mombasa. He didn't have to take care of him, but he was retired in Mombasa. Then we have Bishop Mwere. Even before retirement, he went to Nyeri. They are the ones to take care of him. Kitui is not involved in that. Now you have Bishop Mwangel, who is going to Machakos. Machakos, they have had the retired bishop. They had the Bishop Kioko Albanos, retired in there until his death. Now they have Bishop Martin Kivuva. He went to Mombasa. He's retiring, but he retires Mombasa. Now they have Kingo, who is retiring in Machakos. So part of my duty be to take care of him as a retired bishop. So retired bishops, it is the duty of the diocese to take care of their retired bishop. So if I retire in Kitui, that is why I should have retired with my people. The compound just below here is meant to be built for retirement, for priests. Even the bishop wants to live there or maybe far away, wherever he wants. We must also think in terms of where we want to retire, but to retire within your diocese or wherever else you want to go. But Kitui has been spared that by God, that most of our bishops, I suppose that one time, I don't know whoever comes, whether it may retire here, if he has to go the same, he's still lucky. But bishops retire in their diocese, and they are taken care by their priests retire also in their diocese. Thank you very much.
Please, as we wind up, please, in 1 or 2 minutes,
Yes.
please touch on your role at KCCB. We understand you had a committee that deals with some. Please elaborate.
Let me tell you what it is. As KCCB, we have elections, and they are free and fair, so that united by secret ballot, you decide who is going to be your chairman, who is going to be your vice. Our chairman is the Bishop of Kisumu, Bishop Morris. No, not Anyolo. Is Bishop Morris. Muatia. Muatia is the chair. Our vice is Bishop Anthony Mweri. Bishop Anyolo was chair. Now he's Nairobi, but he's just a member like me, heading a department. He's chairman of Department of Doctrine, but not in charge of all the bishops. He's in charge of Nairobi Metropolitan, just the dog from Kericho to Kitui and Woto. 7 dioceses. He's the one in charge in that range, but not in as energy bishop. You have your own group. So our bishop, as I said, chairman is Bishop Mahatia. Myself, I'm the bishop in charge of pastoral and lay apostles. So I'm in charge of all programs, pastoral programs within the country, all our women groups, what we call Catholic Women Association of Kenya, I'm in charge. Catholic Men Association, I'm also in charge. Because of the Gen Z demonstrations, youth were under me, but we said we better create a specific commission for the youth. So the youth are not under me right now, they are under another commission, but all men and women groups, they are under my docket. We plan a lot the National Prayer Day, which we have in October, every first Saturday of October in Subukia. And then we also have a day in Subukia for women, and that falls now the 6th Saturday, next Saturday, 6th of February, will be in Subukia. Though the women of Kenya will be gathered there in our thousands. We come together and pray. I'm the one in charge. So all the pastoral issues within our country, I am the one who is in charge. I am also involved in our seminaries in terms of senior seminaries formation, getting professors for our seminaries, the intake we do for the future priests and all the trainings. I'm part of that team, as well in no other, because we all work as a team. So mainly that is what we do. I am happy and it has helped me because you get to know more people one-on-one, the leaders of women, the men leaders, and working together. I would know nearly every leader of the church in our country because we all meet. When I meet the CW and CMA, you are getting all the leaders from different parts of the country. So that makes me happy, and I feel we are moving together, putting policies in place so that we move together. And I invite, and although I'll be doing that offline, other groups or the women of Kenya, we meet in Subukia on 6th of February, which is next week, the other weekend, first weekend of February. Asanteni sana.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a pleasure hosting the Bishop of Kitui, and very soon the Catholics of Kitui Diocese will be bidding farewell to Bishop Joseph Ongega as he takes up the role of the coadjutor in the Diocese of Machakos. Thank you so much, Bishop, and thank you
very
for your
much.
time.
God bless you.
Thank
Taking a lot of time, that's for the good of our people.
Yes.
We continue growing together
Yes.
and working together.
Thank you.
I challenge you, the media, provide people with good news, well research, encourage people, and we cultivate this. Preach to them what we need Kenya to be like.
Our podcast is called Beyond Facts.
Beyond facts. So let's move beyond to Kiuke so that we can make, especially Kitui. I want Kitui, which is a great county where we have our resource utilized well and we work together. Special regards to our youth. I love them. I want to empower them because they are the present and the future of the country, of the church, and of everything.
Thank you.
God bless you all.
Thank you.
Ninyi, unajua niliona kakiliu nikaona